Hi, everybody, and thank you so much for joining me today. I'm joined by none other than the wonderful Sarah Brewer. Sarah has been with us in the CMA for quite some time now. She's an amazing practitioner. She does a whole range of wonderful things, but I don't think it's at all suitable for me to tell you about that. Sarah, why don't you tell the viewers a little bit about the work that you do and how you help people and what are the transformations that you help to facilitate?
Thank you, Janie, for the introduction and kind words. Hello, so I'm Sarah, as Janie said, and my background is I was a beauty therapist for 30 years, and obviously I made lots of connections during that time. I always had a big passion for the holistic treatments and particularly for aromatherapy. And I was lucky enough to train with Eve Taylor, who she has an OBE in aromatherapy for her services to it. And so that was a big part of it. I then came out of this, I owned my own salon for over 20 years. And I then finished that in 2014 without knowing what I was going to do. But I just wanted to step away from it because I was like lots of women in that sandwich generation with aging parents and relatives and also bringing up children. So I came out of there, but as sort of relaxation, I then started making my own products, which is something that we didn't get a chance to do at college. It was a really comprehensive course that I studied, but we did some cosmetic science, but obviously we didn't have time to make products. So armed with a Neil's Yard book, I started making soaps and candles and some other products and using aromatherapy products and also really good high quality. I'm very passionate about ethically sourced products and organic where I can get them as well so that they're treating the skin well. And then we fast forwarded to lockdown, and I think like many people I had a moment to pause and reflect, and I actually had time to do some training in candle making and soap making and cosmetic legislation because it's really important what goes onto your skin and is absorbed by your skin as well. So I was busy studying then. And I decided at the end of that to launch a little business selling the products. So I've been doing that online and getting out once we're allowed back out, selling them via craft markets, which has been great to engage with people because people love to touch and to smell the products as well. So I've been doing that. And I then went on, I discovered Amanda Hamilton, who is a great nutritionist and wellness ambassador and trainer. So I did a masterclass in both wellness and nutrition, which was really something that was really important to me and something that I lived by anyway. And then at the end of those 6-week courses, you could then join her academy and train in the wellness and the nutrition, which I think gives a broader scope. Because nutrition on its own, you need the backup of the wellness where you look at sleep and stress and energy and going back to products again, what you're putting on your skin, the toxic load within your house, because often there can be sort of artificial products that can make quite a difference to people as well. So yes, I've finished that one now and I've started some coaching, which has been really enjoyable. And then I got the opportunity to train with the NHS. They were running a 8-week course. It was specifically for people with chronic conditions. And I'm a sufferer of chronic back pain due to osteoarthritis, and I have something called Sherman's disease. And so I've had to find these sort of coping strategies, really, which does involve a lot of things I've trained in, which is exercise, food, breath work, meditation, all those all-encompassing type of things that help. So that was sort of backed up by the NHS. And then I'm now going on to coach people to help them, which is really wonderful, gives a sense of purpose. And I then discovered Janie, and she was offering a mindfulness and resilience course, which kind of ties everything together as well. So I'm nearly at the end of that course, which has been amazing, and so many extra skills that I can use with coaching the people that I work with. Just adds another deeper dimension, really. A lot of positive psychology involved, and because obviously the mindset's so important when you're coaching, and otherwise you could find a block with them. So yes.
Oh, well, it's fantastic to have you on that course with me, and you're always there, and you're always, sort of contributing amazing observations and so on. So it's an absolute delight, Sarah. So what I was wondering, I think, for our viewers would be really useful is, how do they find you? And when they come to see you, what can they expect? Well, how do you work with people? I think it's really useful, because a lot of people don't, as practitioners, we talk about the work that we do, the disciplines that we do, but it often doesn't translate if somebody doesn't know what aromatherapy actually means, or any of the disciplines in complementary medicine. We have these long, complicated words, and actually they're quite straightforward, really. Only if once it's all easy once you know how. So tell us a little bit about what you do with people when they actually come to see you.
Thank you. That's a really good question. And it is because I recently did some workshops, and I asked people if they knew what a wellness coach was. And there were over 20 people, and nobody actually knew what that was. So yes, obviously it's understandable to ourselves. But so how I look at it is, when I meet somebody, it's sort of like taking an MOT or having your car go in for a service. So it's looking at the whole person, which is where the term holistic comes in. So it's looking at more than just diet, and it's looking at stress, lifestyle, sleep, energy. Trying to think if I've missed anything. I don't think I've missed it, but it's the whole overview and the balance of your life, and where there might need to be changes or tweaks, because if you're up against it with shift work or night patterns, that's going to impact on your eating and your diet, your stress levels. So we would go through a questionnaire together and just really have a chat. It's just about connecting, trying to find out about that person. I love finding out about people. I love hearing their life story, and trying to really get to understand that person and where they are in their life now, and how I can help them with the tools that I've got in my toolbox, so to speak, with the skills that I've learned, and where they want to be. I think I might have missed exercise out as well, so that's an important one, obviously. So then it's getting a whole picture and moving forward with that to make then a personalized plan for that person that suits them and where they are in their life, how much energy they've got, how much time they can put into it. So really getting to know them. And that's that first initial consultation. But prior to that, just so someone feels comfortable with you and they feel they can connect with you, I offer a 10, 15-minute sort of discovery phone call, just to have a chat with them, and then they can understand what it is I offer as a service.
That's lovely. Yeah, that's a real advantage, because the thing is, I think it can be quite daunting for people if they've not experienced anything like this kind of work before. And so the fact that you offer that is really important. And I'm sure that lots of people watching would, probably think, I'd love to take advantage of that. So how do they contact you in order to have a discovery session with you?
Yes. So I've got my website is available, which is quite new. It's in sort of work in progress. And that is it's a new one. It's wellness and nutrition .coach. So it hasn't got a .co.uk or
.coach. Right. Wellness and nutrition .coach. That's an interesting one. I've not come across that.
Yeah,
that's really good.
Quite new, isn't it?
It is.
Then,
it's exciting. Yes.
And then from there, they can either email or do a contact form or a phone call, and then we can go from there and do it online. Or if people are I'm in Devon, so if they're close to me, I can do it face to face. But generally, I tend to work online, which seems to suit people quite well now. I think we've got used to the Zoom or Teams, and it makes such a difference being able to see someone, I think.
It really does. I completely agree. I feel exactly the same. But it's an interesting one, isn't it? Because it does, as practitioners, what it does is it opens our reach dramatically, so that people can work with us, wherever they are in the world, actually,
Yes.
which is really
Yeah,
great. So
which is great.
yeah, it really is. Yes. So Sarah, in closing, it's lovely to hear about all of the things that you do, and also I just wanted to say to anybody watching this on YouTube, for example, you can also check and get Sarah's contact details in the show notes under this video. There's a little down arrow, a little dot, depending on the setup and what device you're watching this on, that you can click, and it will actually open up the show notes, and you'll find all the details there. But Sarah, I just want to say thank you so much. Thank you for being an amazing CMA member. Thank you for doing my mindfulness and resilience training, because you're right, it is an important course. It's very important that we can, support our clients this way. And thank you for joining us today. It's been really fascinating to hear from you what you do and how you help people.
Thank you so much, Janie, for the opportunity.
It's an absolute pleasure. See you soon.